An opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal warning Democrats that the party is tearing itself apart over Israel and that it could be split for a generation, facing negative political consequences because of it. It all comes as progressives continue inflammatory rhetoric like this.
I am a co-sponsor of the ceasefire resolution. We're seeing refugee camps bombed. We're seeing thousands of children who have died. This is not war. This is chaos. And we have a responsibility to uphold our standards and commitment to human rights. I believe bombing a refugee camp is a human rights violation. I believe it's a war crime.
Wow. Joe Vogel is a Democrat Maryland state delegate and U.S. congressional candidate. Joe joins me now. Sir, how disheartening is it to hear your fellow Democrats basically abandoning the Jewish people?
Look, Todd, great to be with you this morning. And look, it's no secret that we have strong disagreements within our own party. I think what's disheartening right now, though, is that, Congress has a responsibility. Because of 3 weeks of delay, because of the chaos and disarray within the Republican Party, we've delayed funding to our key ally, Israel. And now because of continued political games that the Republicans in Congress are playing, we're continuing to delay that funding that Israel critically needs for its security at this moment in time.
Okay, but Joe, this goes well beyond the House Republicans because there's this. The White House announcing the establishment of the first ever national strategy to counter Islamophobia. This happened yesterday. The Biden administration unveiling this all as anti-Semitism itself skyrockets. I mean, Joe, you yourself in that article called this the battle for the soul of our party. Ari Fleischer calling this move by the Biden White House a political move to hold on to Muslim votes in swing state Michigan, all as Arab American support for the president, literally in a poll this week, dips from 59% to 17%. What's your reaction, Joe, when you see the leader of your party do this clearly based upon politics and not what is right for your people, the Jewish people?
Look, while Republicans in Congress were competing against each other to see who had the most anti-LGBTQ, anti-woman, pro-Trump message to be the next Speaker of the House, President Joe Biden was flying to Israel, flying to an active war zone, reaffirming the United States support for Israel. And he has put out strategies to combat anti-Semitism, put out strategies to combat anti-Semitism on college campuses. But we also have to recognize that there is a rise in Islamophobia around this country. And I'm glad that the President of the United States has been a leader on all three of those fronts.
Okay, but Joe, you just said anti-LGBTQ stuff. You yourself are a gay man. And when you see members of your party and kind of the administration, if you will, supporting many Hamas-connected groups, you know what happens to members of the LGBTQ plus community in Hamas, right, Joe?
Absolutely. And look, I have been clear in condemning Hamas and reaffirming the United States needs to be actively engaged in supporting Israel as they are engaged in this battle to defeat Hamas terrorists. Look, and the best thing that the United States can do right now, the most critical responsibility that Congress has, is to make sure that Israel gets the security funding they need to root out Hamas terrorists. But right now, because of the political games that these anti-LGBTQ Republican leaders are playing in Congress, we are continuing to delay this critical funding that Israel needs to protect its civilians and defeat Hamas.
Look, Joe, I think at the end of the day, we all know Israel's going to get this funding. It's just a matter of how, and obviously there's a policy disagreement. And I wouldn't go so far as to say the entire Republican caucus there is anti-LGBTQ, but we're going to have to leave it there. Joe Vogel, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.